What's going on, everyone? This is Orane,
And this is Chrissy.
and we are here to talk about our 2024 Trinidad Carnival experience. Now, I am a Trinidad Carnival veteran. I'm going to use that term because I've been several times, but this year was Chrissy's first time to Trinidad. She's been to many carnivals before, but overall, what was your Trinidad Carnival experience like? Maybe if you had to sum it up in one word
In one word, that's
or a few words.
that's a lot. I don't need Trinidadians coming after me now. Not to say that I had a bad experience. It was a good experience. Trinidad was pure vibes. Yeah, I had a good time.
Awesome. That's great. And so, just to kind of maybe backtrack, I think in terms of just preparing and planning for it, how was that for you?
The preparing wasn't too bad because I'm a planner, so I plan out things way ahead in advance. And if you know people that have done Trinidad Carnival is one of those trips where you definitely have to plan out a year plus in advance if it is something that you seriously want to do and go, because the costs, flights, accommodations, things of that nature, fetes, by the time you blink, it's like, wait, hold on, stop. I just put my deposit for my hotel. Dang, wait. Now FET just dropped. Oh man, I gotta book my flight. So definitely it wasn't bad, but at the same time it was overwhelming at the same time. I can say that for sure.
Yeah. Like now, as we're doing this video, it's March, and people are already talking about 2025. Have booked their flight. People are nagging me to come with me and all kinds of other stuff. But yeah, it does take some planning to get it done.
And patience.
Patience, yeah, that's super important. What was your favorite fet?
Ooh. I would say one of my favorite fets was AM Beach.
Somebody say yeah, say yeah, say oh yeah. Hey, bitch, how you feeling? Somebody, everybody say yeah. When you're right now, let it go. What's the scene? Yeah, tell you me.
I don't know, like, just the vibes, like being on the beach. It was beautiful. Watching the sun come up, everybody just having a good time. Endless drinks, endless food, the DJs, the people that were performing. It was just a really good time. Like, that would be a fet that I wouldn't want to miss going next year. I really, really, truly enjoyed AM Beach. AM Beach just stood out to me. Also, Soca Brainwash. This was my first, obviously, because it was my first Trinidad experience, but I have done Soca Brainwash events other places, but this is the first time doing it in Trinidad. And I was just like, wow. Wow. Like, this is just, it was a lot to take in, just to look around, like the space, the venue, the bars. So comparing to when people would complain about Soca Brainwash in other countries, now I get it. Seeing it in Trinidad, it's like, okay, I get it now, because it's set at a certain standard in Trinidad. So those, I would say, was my top two. Ambush is always a good time. Juve is always a good time. What other events did I do? I have to look and see. Hold on.
Say bang! Oh, what we doing, buddy?
I asked about what was your favorite, not run down all your events you did now. Just to piggyback on Soca Brainwash, I was not a fan of the theme going into it. I'll
Okay.
say that. When he
A
announced the
lot of people
theme,
were
I was
against it.
like, that's whack.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
But going there, yeah, it was well done. Everyone put it on in their best cowboy western outfits. I saw all kinds of different things, and I'm like, oh wow, that's cool, that's nice, that's dope. I wish I
People
thought
had
of
fun
that.
with it. Yeah.
People have fun and people go
Absolutely.
all in with the theme. Like, you ever go to those certain theme events and not everyone comes to theme? Like, Soca Brainwash is not that, especially in Trinidad. People come in the theme for
Full
sure,
out.
full on out. Like, they
Yeah.
put it in. My favorite fet for this season
Sunrise.
was
I knew you was
Sunrise
gonna
by
say that.
Sun Nation. I don't know
Sunrise.
what it was about that fet, but
I
I
don't know.
really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that my crew even left me behind
Oh
to fend for
yeah.
myself to get home. But I managed and I got back to our place, but that was my
Yo.
favorite fet.
Sunrise was a good time. Sunrise was definitely a good time. We got there. What time did we get there? We got there, I think, like around 4, maybe 5. And at the time that we got there, they still weren't letting people in. There was a nice crowd outside waiting, and people were complaining because I don't know if you remember from last year, people complained about that too. They got a lot of backlash about people not being able to get in after a certain time. So I guess this year a lot of people wanted to make sure that they got there as soon, as soon as, it started, but it's like they weren't prepared. And it's just like at this point into the game of doing fets in Trinidad, it's like, why are you unorganized? You know what I'm saying? Like it stood out to me because the other fets, whether it was 4 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever time, they started on time. There was no, and these tickets ain't cheap. Let's go there, okay?
Not at all.
These tickets are not cheap. So yeah, as a carnival veteran attending multiple fests and also doing multiple sunrise events, yeah, my expectations is at a certain level. All right, boom. So they finally started letting people in. We get in, and you get certain trinkets or complimentary things that they give you, right?
Cups, they had the umbrellas for y'all.
The umbrellas. So they told you that you had to choose. You couldn't have both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had to either choose between the umbrella or a cup. And it was just like,
Really?
why do I have to choose between an umbrella and a cup? Why can't I
saw
have
people getting
both?
both.
Yeah, but that's because we're Caribbean. Of course, we're gonna say, give me both. Ain't nobody gonna really stand there and be like, oh, I was only able to get this, this, and that. And of course, they ran out of the umbrellas like this because the umbrellas are popular. Everybody loves the umbrella. It's a photo prop. Once we got inside, it was cool. It was nice and spacious. The different artists that performed, the food, even the food setup. I wasn't a fan of how they had the food set up all the way in the back and just like how it formed out with the lines. It was
food
just
lines were long.
it wasn't a good look. Yeah, so that's why Sunrise wasn't really on my list, but
I still had a good time. My only complaint for Sunrise was the bathroom area. I mean, it had plenty of porta potties. I don't have a problem with that, but it was one sink, like one sink. That was my only problem with that.
I'm trying to remember. We did use them stairs were dangerous
Stairs? What stairs?
to get up to the porta potties because they had like
Oh no, we didn't have no stairs.
for the women's there was stairs. We had to go. go up and down the stairs. I don't know if it was trailers porta potties. So it wasn't
Oh,
like
y'all
the
had
end of
trailers.
yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
the
we
end
didn't
of
have that. The guys didn't have that. But
but
it must have got packed or something because then ladies were coming to the guys
always.
section.
Yeah.
But guys can't go over the ladies section now.
That's up
It's
to
very
y'all.
sexist.
No, it's not. Y'all just don't do it because it's
Nah,
not
we
like
don't.
it's
Yeah.
all open when you use the bathroom and everybody see what you got. They got doors. You go in your little cubicle and you do what you gotta do. But yeah, I do remember there being stairs and them stairs were really it was not safe.
Okay. Okay. So, how long did you go for, and do you feel that you went for a adequate amount of time? You wish you stayed longer. You could have stayed shorter. What's your thoughts on that? You went for more than a week, right?
Yeah, so I was there for about 2 weeks, 10 days. What day did I get there? I think I got there on
Right.
the 5th and left on the 16th. Let's see.
That's a
Yeah, I got there on the
Thursday.
5th
Yeah.
and I left on the 15th. So 10 days. Being that it was my first Trinidad Carnival experience, like I wanted to experience everything possible that I could during my time there. So that's why I did my trip for as long as I did. I don't consider my trip to be long because there's people there that's there from a week,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
I don't know where these people getting these vacation times from, but let me know. But I felt like it was a good time as a first timer. I do plan on going back next year. I don't think I'm going to do it as long as I did. And you know, it just depends. It's subjective. If you want to go there that long, if there's certain events that you want to attend that's during certain days. I would say that I lucked out. We both lucked out going that early due to costume distribution. We jumped with Yuma and their costume distribution schedule was not really friendly in terms of like if you really had fet after fet after fet after fet, there was really no room for you to be able to go and pick up your costume because it's not a 1, 2, 3 type of thing. So that we kind of lucked out because we were able to do that earlier in the week.
Right, right. So, um, you play mass at all the different carnivals that you have been to. And you talked about you played with Yuma. How was your mass experience as a whole, from costume, the design, the fit, distribution, the road experience? How was that overall for you?
So the costume, the design, the fit, it was perfect. Everything fit. Costume looked very similar, excuse me, to what was presented during band launch. That was fine. I had decided to do a concierge service with having my costume picked up with Collect Your Carnival, and that was a disaster. I wouldn't recommend doing it again. This is the first time that I've ever participated in a concierge service. It was just a roundabout situation. I got there on Monday. My section was pickup was on Sunday. And I got the email that they collected my costume. I didn't get my costume until Thursday.
Oh, wow.
So it was just, and I feel the only reason why I was able to get my costume is due to the fact the hotel that we stayed at, the hotel manager, she assisted with it because I don't know who she called, but I had my costume the next day because what I was doing, and then you just want to be respectable. These people have your stuff. I wasn't trying to be rude. I just wanted my costume. That was it. And it wasn't making sense to me that you collected my costume on Sunday. I got there Monday afternoon and I didn't get my costume until a whole 4 days later and there was really no communication on what was going on. So, and then I ended up going to the damn mass camp anyway because I went with Danielle, my best friend, for her to go pick up her costume. So, and the reason why I did the concierge service, it wasn't expensive. It was like $40. Like,
Okay, not bad.
additional. Yeah, it wasn't no like 100 or whatever. It was a little $40. Fine, cool. I can dish out another $40 for me to be able to get my stuff and still enjoy my fets and not have to, worry about going to go get it because it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing again. You're gonna be there for some time. The road experience was it could have been better. Day one, there was a lot of technical issues. Leading up to the lunch stop, music wasn't playing for I don't even know how long. It seems like it's a long time. I can't really give you the time on how long the music stopped. Once we got into the lunch stop, we had lunch, we came back out. That was like another another disaster. We had to wait because there were other bands. They were trying to get people to go into the park so the trucks could reverse. It was just a whole bag of things. And then when we finally got back on the road, music played. You was with us. Music played for like I don't even know how long, and
Before
then
we even
boom,
start moving.
the music was done again, and
Yeah.
then it was over, and it was just like, but it's only 7 o'clock. This is Trinidad. At least that's what in my mind.
You got to get ready for the next day.
Nah, in my mind, that's where me and Danielle was at. Like, this is Trinidad. This is the mecca of carnival. Why are we ending at 7 o'clock? Like,
Gotta get ready for day 2.
it didn't make sense. I mean, I guess because we did St. Lucia. St. Lucia has 2 days, and they're really strict with the time. Once it's a certain time or it's they reach a certain part, music shut off. But yeah, that was day one.
Okay.
And we was able to get you food.
And I enjoyed my food at the lunch stop. For me, this year I did not choose to play mass because just the cost, and I was a little bit behind on my planning for this year, and I actually chose to leave on Carnival Tuesday just because of the flights, and could save a little bit more money.
Yeah.
And I enjoy playing mass, but if I had to choose, I'm not gonna be upset if I don't play mass. I'll be upset afterwards, maybe, but not too much. But I still was able to enjoy myself, even though I didn't play mass. And so, probably one of my last questions would be: you're going back next year. Is there anything in your schedule or anything that you may want to do differently? Whether it's something you probably, I'm not going to go to that again, or I want to try this instead, or play with a different band, anything like that.
Mhm. Definitely would like to play with a different band. Usually when we get one band, we normally stick to that band when we go back, but we're trying to, break out of that and explore the other bands that's there. We do want to attend more fetes, more local fetes than, the big ones that we're used to attending when we go other places. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
And to have a better experience on the road day one and
And
day
day
two because day
Okay.
one and day two was just it wasn't it. Yeah. But still a good time because we're going back, right?
Yeah, and that says a lot. If you're going back,
Mhm.
you must have had a good time. Yeah, I had something that I wanted to share. I think, this is what I wanted to talk about. I think when it comes to Trinidad Carnival, yeah, there's a lot to it. And there's something for everybody. There's things that at various price points, you can choose if you want to go hard and do 3 fetes a day,
Yeah.
go right ahead. Or if you want to scale back and only do 1 fet a day and do other
Right.
things as well. You just determine, yourself, your pace, and just do what's best for you and your body
And your budget.
and your budget, most importantly,
Yeah.
because you could I've seen some carnival packages for next year and some of the price ranges, and I'm like, wow. It's crazy. But yeah, I think there's something for everybody, and find what's best for you, and I think it's important to find a crew that you can enjoy, have a good time with,
Yeah.
because that also plays a part. Who you're
Absolutely.
with. If you're
It's
by
an
yourself,
experience.
maybe you might not have fun unless you're a person who can make friends with everybody, or you with your road dog, like you was with your bestie, and y'all out there having a good time.
Uh-huh. You was there too.
Yeah, I was there some of the times, and yeah,
We all had a good
we
time.
all had
That
a good
definitely
time.
plays a huge part in your overall experience.
So, if you want to go to Trinidad Carnival for next year, maybe what's a piece of advice you'd share with people?
Start saving, even if it's just 50, 25, whatever you can, just put it to the side because it does eventually help and become beneficial in the long run. We're in March, as Lorraine stated already. So next year, Carnival Monday and Tuesday is going to be in the beginning of March, not usually in February as everyone is used to. Caribbean Airlines has flights out already for Trinidad next year, so you can get an idea, start looking at flights and the prices. Keep flight watching with the other airlines that will be dropping in a few weeks as well. Start looking for accommodations today. Even if you go online and it says that it's sold out, call them up, get some price points, network, talk to other people, drivers. Like it's a lot.
For sure, for sure. And so I hope to see you on the road in Trinidad Carnival. If you're looking to go, you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and feel free to ask. So this is Rain signing out. And Chrissy, you want to share your YouTube channel if anyone wants to follow you and subscribe?
Yes. So my YouTube is Journeys with Chrissy, and I will be doing a video on my recap for Trinidad, the events, stuff that I wore, how much I spent, how I started planning, when I started planning, things of that nature. So be sure to check it out.
Awesome, we will. And I'll do a recap at some point in time when I don't want to be lazy to put all the videos together because it is work.
It's a lot
It's
of
a lot of work.
work.
But catch you guys on the next one.